Yesterday, we continued to practice finding the time and reading a clock. Today, I want to review the steps you can take to read a clock if you are still having a little bit of trouble. So if you got all the answers right yesterday, you can actually skip this video and go on to continue the practice today. But if yesterday was a little bit of a struggle for you, then this video is to help you so that we can do some of these steps together. So first, let's review the steps to reading a clock. The first step is to find the hour. We do that by looking at the shorthand and then finding the number it is on or just past. Finding the number it is on or just past. The second step will be to find the minute. To do this, we look at the longhand and we start at the 12 and count by fives. I've made a little resource for myself to remind myself of how we count by fives around the clock. We know that 12 is always going to be 0, 0, and 1 starts the counting with 5. You might want to make yourself a little poster that looks like mine or a little post-it note to help you as you tell time to remind yourself of how the counting of the clock works. I'm going to leave this here and we'll reference this as we practice. So let's take a look at some of the clocks that you were asked to read yesterday. We're going to look at this first clock first. And I'm going to follow step by step. So the first step is to find the hour. I look at the shorthand, okay, that's this one here, and I find the number it is on or just past. Okay, so what I like to do is I like to actually extend it out a little bit. And remember, that's the hour hand. And I look at the number, it's not on a number, but it just passed the 5. So that tells me that the hour is 5. My second step is to find the minute. I look at the long hand, I start at the 12 and count by fives. So my long hand is here, pointing to the 3. Starting at the 12, I count 5, 10, 15. And let me check with my little poster that I made myself, 15. Yep, the 3 is 15 minutes. So this clock shows the time 5:15. Let's practice with another one. I'm gonna go and review number 6. Okay, my first step is to find the hour by looking at the shorthand, that's this one, and finding the number it is on or just past. And I like to label my extended hand with little h because if I got distracted, I would want to remember that that was for my hour hand. Okay, I'm fine. It's not on a number, but I can see that it just passed the 7. So the hour is 7. Now I need to find the minutes. I look at the long hand and it's pointing at the 6. So I want to count by fives around the clock till I get till 6. Here we go. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Let me check my poster. Yep, 6 represents 30. I can see down here. So the time here is 7:30. Let's go ahead and practice another one. Okay. First, I find the hour. I look at the shorthand. And if you don't want to extend the shorthand, that's okay. You're looking at the shorthand and you're saying, all right, what number is it on or just past? Well, I can see it's between the 9 and the 10, which tells me that it just passed the 9. So the hour is 9. And again, I see that the minute hand is pointing to the 6, so I can count by fives or check my poster that I made for myself, and I know that the minute hand pointing at the 6 is going to be 30. The time on this clock is 9:30. Okay, I want to show you one more. Number 3, oops, sorry for that sound. Number 3 is a little bit tricky, but we can follow the same steps to solve. So I'm looking at the hour hand, the shorthand first, and I want to find the number it is on or just past. Now, when I first look at the hour hand, it kind of is pretty close to the 8, But you might notice when you draw that line all the way out, it's not exactly on the 8. And when I check the minute hand, I see that the minute hand is on the 9, which means that this has not gotten all the way up here yet to o'clock. It has not turned 8 o'clock yet. So the hour is 7, because remember, the hour hand is either what it's on or what it just passed, never the one that's next to come up. So the hour here is 7, and I can count by 5s to find the minute. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. So the time on this clock is 7:45. So to review, to find the hour, you look at the shorthand, you find the number it is on or just past. And to find the minute, you look at the longhand, start at the 12, and count by 5s. I hope this video has helped you, and I hope that the practice today is a little bit easier.